Massa Natalie, my mother's mother, smiled when she told the story. And the story was this. The golden man Cortés came with his beasts and swords to our shores, but he could not defeat our great enemy. So he came to us. We taught the men of Cortés the language of the enemy. We showed the men of Cortés tricks we had long used to withstand the enemy. We gave the men of Cortés great magic to wield against the enemy. And we fought against the enemy with Cortés, and the 1,000-year-old city of Tenochtitlan fell. And then, the men of Cortés made dogs of us, as the enemy had never been able to do. Our village was left for 7 years. In the 7th month of the 7th year, a golden man rode into town on his tall black horse. And horse and man were clad in silver. "I am Don Emilio Ortega de Gutierrez," said this man. "I am a man of Cortés." We showered this man with jewelry and feathers, gave him bouquet to drink. A large hut was erected for him to stay in. And in those days I was young and plump. So he caught my eye and beckoned to me. "You will please me much," he said. And at night, he led me to his hut. Now this man was large and powerful and frightening in many ways, but not in the way of a man. When he could not have me in his way, he moved to cut and kill me. "But Don Emilio," I begged, "there is a way to fix this." Now, I told him the story of the chocolate drink and the dark roasted beans. How Xochiquetzal, the mother of the great serpent, brewed the beans for her second husband, Tezcatlipoca, who kidnapped her and raped her each night. Those beans made a man strong in every way. "I will have this chocolate drink," he proclaimed. So we came forth from the hut and called for the chocolate. Now, we had given the drink to the men of Cortés before, but none took to the rich spice brew like this one. The aroma filled his nostrils and watered his eyes. When the darkness touched his tongue, sound burst forth from his throat. He gulped at the bowl like his mother's breast. Then he grabbed me and led me back to the hut. The following day, I spied him making eyes with the priest's daughter at the sundial. He was asking her to show him the ways of the sun. When he noticed me, he said, "I think I will need twice the chocolate drink tonight." "There is very little of the drink in the village," I said. "I am a man of Cortés," he proclaimed. "I will have twice the drink tonight." So, we spent the day brewing the beans, stirring the spices, breathing the fire into life. And in the evening, he had twice the chocolate drink, as he had demanded. And that night, he led 2 of us back to his hut. On the 3rd day, he spotted the fisherman's daughter at the river drawing a net. He drew her net around her and pulled her, laughing and screaming, back to the village. "I will need 3 times the chocolate drink tonight," he said. So we brewed and breathed and spiced and made sure that he had it. And that night he led 3 of us back to the hut. Well, on the next night, when he made ready to claim a 4th, I had to tell him there was no more chocolate to drink in the whole village. He became enraged. He demanded that we make more. Well, I asked him how many women he desired to have. He thought for a moment, then answered 12. "That is powerful magic you need," I said. "It requires a great warrior to make such magic, and all of our warriors are dead." "I am a man of Cortés," he said. "I will work this magic." "Very well," I said. "If you you wish for the strength to withstand 12 women, you must pick 12 times 12 beans. You must soak them in a hole 12 feet deep, roast them in a fire 12 feet high, and grind them with 12 sharp knives. Without delay, he set out and collected the 12 times 12 beans. He dug the hole 12 feet deep. He built a fire 12 feet high. In the evening, he brought the roasted beans to his hut, where his 12 women waited. And he showed us the 12 blades, glistening under the stars like the eyes of thieves. I have brought the 12 knives, he said. Sacred knives taken from the city of Tenochtitlan, given to me by Cortés himself. These will grind the beans, but you must show me how. We will show you how to grind the beans, I said. And the 12 women took the 12 knives and stabbed him 12 times. His body was thrown into the fire 12 feet high. His ashes were buried in the pit 12 feet deep. What are you doing? He cried when we rose up against him. Do you know what you do? Do you know who I am? Yes, yes, we said. You are a man of Cortés. In the 8th year, more men came from Cortés and burned our village, but they never found the ashes or the knives. And while 10,000 of these men will certainly never fear us, I will go to the next world, remembering only the face of Don Emilio Ortega de Gutierrez. And Mazenatli smiled through the night, sipping from her bowl of chocolate